Hello class, today we are going to get into the nitty-gritty of programming. Okay, so first of all I want to teach you about where I'm gonna keep my notes. Okay, so I'm gonna create a new REPL right here, and you select the language, Python, and I'm gonna say week 1-0 notes. And your REPLs will appear on your profile, and it's going to be a public REPL. That's fine. Create REPL. Okay, and I'm under the name test student. It's a test student that I've been making. And as you can see, I can store my files on this side. This is where my code goes. And this is my console, where I can run code individually by line and just test my program. This is the run button, and I can share it with you at the end of this. So follow along. You can take your own notes if writing helps you remember things better. Okay, so the first thing we want to learn, or we already actually learned, we can review it. Let's say got it. Is what is programming basically? Programming is why is it giving me an error? Because this is not a programming language. I'm writing, I think programming, double M, is a set of instructions to give to the computer to obey. How do you instruct? So why am I putting this this hashtag over here, or the number sign here, is to comment out. So on these lines is where I give my instructions. If I don't want to and I just want to make notes, I can put comments, and I denote comments with a hashtag. So programming languages are how those instructions are defined. All right, so on this line, on these lines, this is where we write our code. So I can say print welcome to ICS3MR. And if I run my program, this is enough to run a program. It says welcome to ICS3MR. Here is a description that it's giving me. Prints the values to stream, and this is basically the syntax. Syntax programming syntax refers to the rules of, well, let's get an official definition. We can just look into that. Programming syntax. Programming syntax. Syntax refers to the rules that define the structure of a language. So just like we have periods and a capital to begin the sentence, same thing, refers to the rules that define the structure of a language. So the syntax of a print statement is you write print, you open a bracket and you close brackets, and in between that, you write something, you write the text that you want to appear. Okay, you can use double quotes. The syntax is that you can use double quotes or single quotes to achieve the same thing. Okay, now let's get into the next thing, data types. So let's write up here, comments can be denoted with the hashtag or triple single quotes. What does that mean? See, now this, if I run this code, it's going to say can be denoted, comments can be denoted, basically a syntax error, invalid syntax. It thinks that this is code when it's not. This is actually simply a comment, and I can denote it, like right here I denoted it with what? I denoted it with, whoops. I denoted this comment with a hashtag. I can also do it with a triple quote. Whoops, that's a 4 quote. All right, so I'm going to take the notes that I want you to know are going to be in comments, and then the actual programming will be not denoted with triple single quotes. So let's talk about data types. What is a data type? Data types are how the computer stores memory. So there's certain types it needs to remember. Python can use numeric values like int, or int is short for integer, or float for decimal numbers, or decimal numbers. Text is stored as a data type called string. And we'll put that in quotes, in parentheses. Okay, just like we did over here. So this over here is text. So the official data type is called string. So far we've learned about int. Let's float. And I'm giving you time to write your own notes. I could have just given you this whole thing, but I want you to follow along. And string. There's others, and we'll learn about it later, but these are the 3 that I want you to know about right now. So I could have said print 3, no quote, and it would print the number 3. I could say print, and I could say 3.0, and 3.0 is different from 3. One is decimal, one is not.
Miss Fournier, please call 405.
Now you can just ignore that. Okay, so the next thing I want to teach you about is arithmetic operators. And there's quite a few. We have plus, we have negative, we have, guess what operation that does? Addition, we have subtraction, we have multiplication, we have, by the way, multiplication is asterisk, which is just shift 8. We have exponentiation, which is just exponents. Exponentiation. We have 2 different kinds of division. 2 division operators. We'll learn more about this in a minute. We have a remainder operator, which is this, the modulus, or we'll call it remainder or modulus operator. And I'll just give a few examples of this. So we could write it right here. So as you can see, I can write all my individual code right here. Sorry, let's do that right. Print 3 plus 3. It'd be 6. I could do 4 minus 6. That's minus 2. I could do 5.0 minus 1, which would be, what do you think? It's going to be 4.0. It keeps it as a float data type. We'll learn more about this in detail later. We can have 5 divided by 2. 5 divided by 2. It should be 2.5. But the other one is 5. What if I don't want? I want to do integer division. 5 divided by 2, double division sign, is integer division. It's 2. But what about the remainder? Well, 5 modulus 2 is the remainder. When you divide 5 by 2, what's the remainder? 1. And this is very useful for determining later on. We'll be learning about how to determine if something is an odd number. So 6 modulus 2 is 0. 7 modulus 2 is 1. 8 modulus 2 is 0. So all even numbers, when you take the modulus, the remainder, when you divide by 2, is going to be 0. Okay, so that's about 12 minutes of video, and we'll stop right here.